Well, hi. Glad you made it back to the garden. Today is Saturday, July 30th. You know what happens on Saturday? We do a quick review of this garden, then we go to you and see what's going on in your garden. When it rains, it pours. We're in between rainstorms, and I felt guilty about not planting anything yesterday, so I just put a nice variety of lettuce and then some Romanian lettuce. We'll see what we get. We're going to kind of leave these open. Next rainstorm that comes through, that'll water them in good. Then we'll mulch back a little bit. But if you're new to this channel, you're in for a real treat today. Today is dedicated to you and celebrating what's going on in your garden. Obviously, this isn't an official rain gauge. But that's how much rain we got this morning. We're getting some first true leaves on some of the beets. Corn's doing real well in our square foot garden. While I look for something else interesting in this garden, let's go to you and celebrate what's going on in your garden.
Nora starts us off with the color of her landscapes. Nora, once again, these are spectacular. You show us what a few accidents can do to an old garden shed. That is wonderful. Thank you, Nora. Jeremy's small raised bed looks like it made it through the heat. And what do you do when a watermelon escapes? You cut it back or you count the fruit? Thank you, Jeremy.
Those are absolutely fantastic. If you'd like to be part of this community, just email me at waylandsmalley5@gmail.com. The address is in the description box below. We're just a loose-knit community of people that like to get their hands dirty and grow things because they taste good. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few more.
Praying for rain and a cool down, Denise's standing raised beds took the summer heat harder than the containers. I am glad Denise is willing to share her journey of discovery. For everything that came through the heat, there is an easy 75 days of growing left. My beans haven't even started to set, and Denise, yours looks strong. I think you'll be surprised how your garden changes as it cools down. Please keep us posted, and thank you for sharing. In Jim's opinion, he started late. He's only using bags and containers, and it hasn't been quite as hot in northern Missouri. These all have good growth and should produce nicely. Thank you, Jim, and keep us updated.
The hard work our friends and neighbors do is truly inspiring. Please leave a comment down below and let everybody know just how much you appreciate them sharing what's going on in their garden. Now, we've been succession planting corn all year long, and I'm hoping this tastes as good as that last batch we just picked. Well, the point is, we kind of graze out of the garden all summer long, and this way, we don't get so much that all we're doing is processing. It's the way we do it anyhow. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more.
Larry said North Carolina has been very hot lately, yet he's still bringing in a bounty every day. Good looking harvest. Thank you, Larry. Walter's deep mulch string trellis is colossal. The tomatoes are coming out the top, and his peppers are loaded, and the round 2 of his cucumbers are climbing. And this is what he's been doing with his abundance. Walter, you're inspiring. And just look at those lotus. You're going to have more flowers. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Walter.
Those are absolutely amazing, almost as amazing as the plants. Now, this stake marks where that giant sweet potato slip that we planted without roots off that giant sweet potato is. See if we get another giant sweet potato off a giant sweet potato. The point is, part of this got eaten by blister beetles not 2 weeks ago, and now it's already coming back. And it's a good thing we marked it, because pretty quick we won't even know where we planted it. And if you see, this is the amazing part. Right here, where it's been touching the ground, even as dry as it's been, it's already putting roots down. Where that takes root in the ground, there's a potential for more potatoes to grow. So I didn't mean to disturb that, so I'm going to put it back on there. And even to help it, we'll just add a little mulch on top. That way the roots have a good chance. And I'll bet off the main pile, we might have a decent sweet potato right here. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more.
Braden is keeping Grandma Jen's garden in good shape. Thank you, Braden. This is awesome. Valerie continues to plant, pick, and preserve. Her garden could also use some rain and a little cool down. However, your containers and heat-tolerant plants look healthy and happy. Thank you for all your ideas over this summer and continued motivations. What you're saying? Simply blessed, and that's the truth. And you're going to get a lotus flower this year. Thank you, Valerie.
Now I invite you to join this group and let us celebrate what's going on in your garden. I guarantee you all other gardeners would love to see what you're doing, gain a little inspiration, get an idea or two. But can you believe this? Look at that hot pepper. That is beautiful. This thing is just loaded. And I've got a dozen guys that are waiting for these to come off. I believe they have to turn red. That means they're going to be really hot. This thing's loaded with flowers. What I always say, you just got to be patient. The Crenshaw melons are starting to turn color. Leave a comment down below if you know exactly what color they're supposed to be when I take them off. Now you knew I was going to wind up in the tomato tunnel. These are above the main wire. They're above their trellis strings. You can do this too. If you want to see how to lay in some deep mulch, click that link right there and I'll meet you back here in the garden. You want to see how to dig a giant sweet potato? Click that link right there and I'll meet you back in the garden. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden. I've never seen a rosemary flower.